Welcome back to our channel, dear viewers. Today, we have an extraordinary story that delves into the mysteries hidden within old family photos. Get ready to join us on a journey of discovery as we explore the chilling tale of a young boy named Adam and the shocking truth that was unearthed by his own mother. A young boy's world is shaken when he comes across an aged family photograph. The sheer terror in his eyes catches his mother's attention, leading her to scrutinize the photograph herself, only to unravel a distressing truth hidden within its faded confines. Linda and her husband Jake had extended an invitation to Jake's brother, Steve, along with his wife Gina, for a heartfelt dinner gathering. The evening was warm and nostalgic as the family perused the cherished family album, delving into memories that span generations. In the midst of laughter and reminiscing, Linda, with a touch of curiosity, showed the album to her son Adam, his innocent eyes fixated on a particular photograph. Linda gently inquired whether Adam would like to accompany Aunt Gina and herself on a future visit, a seemingly innocent suggestion that, to everyone's astonishment, triggered an intense emotional reaction in Adam. Flushed cheeks and teary eyes conveyed a profound distress that even Linda's tender reassurances couldn't alleviate. Adam's cries echoed through the room, a reflection of an underlying pain that defied immediate understanding. Linda's persistent attempts to soothe and comprehend Adam's distress proved challenging, as his tears and anguish continued to surge uncontrollably. Recognizing the need for a more private space, she guided him to his room, holding him close as his emotions gradually subsided. Inquisitive about Adam's progress, Gina, perceptive and empathetic, approached Linda, hoping to grasp the heart of the matter. A year had passed since that fateful incident, yet Adam's struggles to communicate and cope persisted. Linda conveyed the heart-rending reality to Gina, the doctor's diagnosis of Adam's severe mental trauma. The intervening months had seen them reaching out to various psychologists in a desperate bid to restore Adam's well-being, an agonizing journey marked by its own challenges and uncertainties. Gina, seeking to comprehend the depth of Adam's trauma, inquired about a painful chapter from a year ago, an abduction that had rocked their lives. Linda, with a heavy sigh, recounted the harrowing ordeal. Adam had been snatched away, his captor demanding a ransom that plunged Linda and Jake into a nightmarish ordeal of their own. Their frantic race to retrieve their beloved son had led them on a desperate journey, only to be interrupted by a phone call from the police. The chilling news that Adam had been found miles away in the western part of town by an alert truck driver had struck them like a lightning bolt. Gina listened in disbelief, her heart aching for the young boy whose innocence had been shattered and the parents who had fought tirelessly to reclaim it. As they stood together, united by the weight of this tragic revelation, their thoughts turned towards the long road ahead, one that held both uncertainty and the unwavering determination to mend what had been broken. In spite of the exhaustive efforts put forth by the police, the abductors managed to evade capture, and the truck driver who had discovered Adam was not deemed a suspect. Amid the lingering tension, Linda revealed that she had repeatedly shown the unsettling family photo to Adam, each time triggering an intense upset within him. As the evening advanced, and with the arrival of Steve and Jake, the suggestion to leave was voiced due to the lateness of the hour. Gina, demonstrating her empathy, hugged Linda before departing alongside Steve. As the house quieted down, Linda remained resolute in her determination to connect with her distressed son. Despite Jake's offer to intervene, Linda decided to approach Adam once again. Holding the old photograph in her hands, Linda's gaze lingered on an image of Adam's grandparents sharing a meal, their smiles frozen in time. This moment of nostalgia coincided with her realization that Adam was awake in his bedroom. With a soft touch, she entered his room, her presence offering comfort as she sat beside him, gently stroking his hair. The words she spoke were filled with genuine concern, an invitation for Adam to share his burdens. In response, Adam clung to his teddy bear, a symbol of his unease. The photograph reemerged, and once more, it ignited a torrent of tears and screams, ultimately prompting Jake's intervention. Gradually, Adam's emotions subsided, and a tentative plan was formed to allow his fears a voice. Drawing from Jake's suggestion, the notion of using words from his English book as a means of expression emerged. Amidst his emotional turmoil, Adam managed to convey the words, "I wasn't here," leaving Linda and Jake perplexed. Their gazes met, exchanging a mixture of concern and curiosity as Adam nodded, subtly affirming the sentiment. The weight of their shared realization hung in the air. Had Adam perhaps visited the location depicted in the photograph? The following day, Jake journeyed to the police station in hopes of sharing this newfound insight with Detective Ryle. However, fate had different plans, as the detective was conspicuously absent. Frustration mounted as another officer appeared disinterested, prompting Jake to leave the photograph behind in a gesture of exasperation. Desperate for answers, Jake reached out to Steve, seeking any clue related to the place in question. Their conversation yielded disappointment, leaving Jake and Linda to forge ahead on their own. In their quest for the truth, they entrusted Adam to a neighbor's care and embarked on a mission to the western part of town, where their son had been discovered. Hours turned into an exhaustive search, yet the elusive location portrayed in the painting remained elusive. A pond caught their attention, only to be dismissed as a false lead. Amidst uncertainty, a surge of insight gripped Linda, propelling her to lead Jake behind a nearby farm. Their journey unveiled an abandoned barn, its atmosphere cloaked in decay and neglect. The stench of death hung heavy in the air, accentuated by the presence of lifeless rodents and forgotten tools of farming. A pivotal discovery emerged as Linda stumbled upon something of significance: Adam's cap, a chilling confirmation that they were on the right track. Urgency fueled Jake's decision to summon law enforcement once more, prompting a revaluation of the case. As they waited for the authorities, Jake's explorations within the barn led to an unexpected find hidden behind layers of dust: a painting, one that bore an uncanny resemblance to the image from their old family photograph. The realization dawned upon them, intertwining past and present, as the threads of a dark secret began to unravel. With their determination fortified, Linda and Jake stood on the precipice of a truth that had long remained buried, a truth that held the key to both Adam's anguish and their family's healing. Unveiling another layer of the old photograph's mystery, two previously unseen figures materialized within its frame: a young girl clasping hands with an elderly woman. The image bore an inscription that caught Jake's attention: Dorothy M. and Leslie Mary M. Richard. Staring in disbelief, he realized that these were the names of their great-grandmother and her companion. The significance of the revelation hit him like a tidal wave. The barn they had stumbled upon had once belonged to their very own ancestors. A rush of memories flooded Jake's mind. He recalled his great-grandmother's decision to sell the barn when Steve was just a young boy of 10. She had recounted tales of her visits to the barn, sharing stories that had woven themselves into the fabric of Steve's childhood. A startling realization dawned upon Jake: Steve had been untruthful about his knowledge of the barn's existence. The weight of this deception ignited a mix of frustration and understanding within Jake. Exiting the barn, they found themselves met by a welcome sight. The police had arrived, led by Detective Ryle. The cap they had discovered, a tangible piece of evidence, was carefully secured within an evidence bag. Eager to glean insights from Detective Ryle, Jake inquired about the painting. Confirming that he had indeed seen it, the detective then sought information about the family's knowledge of the painting's location. Jake revealed that only his brother and sister-in-law, Steve and Gina, were privy to this information. Detective Ryle recognized the urgency of the situation and proposed a plan that involved setting a trap for their close relatives, suspecting their involvement. The plan began to take shape as Jake initiated contact with Steve. Fabricating a story about the police identifying the location through satellite photography, Jake and Linda sought to manipulate Steve's reaction. They informed him of their impending visit to the location the following day and requested his assistance in looking after Adam. Steve's agreement played into their hands, convincing Detective Ryle that their plan was well underway. In a car positioned discreetly nearby, Jake and Linda settled in, their gaze trained on the property. The minutes stretched into half an hour, and then a car pulled up to the barn. Linda's exclamation cut through the tension as she spotted Steve alighting from the vehicle, carrying gasoline cans. A horrifying realization struck: he intended to set fire to the barn. As tension hung thick in the air, two police officers stealthily closed in on Steve, springing into action with remarkable swiftness. Subdued and handcuffed, Steve's protests and struggles fell on resolute ears. Detective Ryle's voice resonated with authority as he declared Steve's arrest, charging him with orchestrating the abduction of his own nephew. As Steve's world unraveled before him, his face drained of color when he noticed Jake and Linda standing beside Detective Ryle, bearing witness to his downfall. The shock of the moment was palpable, and amidst the confusion and disbelief, Jake's desperate question hung in the air. "Why did you do it, Steve?" However, any trace of remorse seemed absent from Steve's demeanor. With a vehemence that cut through the air like a knife, he hurled back his answer, accusing their shared past of familial injustices. His shouts reverberated, a stark contrast to the scene of his apprehension. Amidst the chaos, the truth had finally emerged, a toxic blend of familial grievances, deceit, and an insidious quest for retribution. The pieces of the puzzle had fallen into place, exposing a darkness that had remained hidden for far too long. As Steve was led away, the burden of the past weighed heavily on the hearts of those left behind, forever altering the trajectory of their family's history. This harrowing experience left a lasting impact on Adam, leading to the mysterious emotional outburst triggered by the old family photo. His struggle to overcome the trauma showcases the deep scars that can be left behind by such traumatic events. Join us next time as we continue to explore stories that remind us of the resilience of the human spirit and the importance of healing. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more intriguing tales.